Hello guys, welcome back to Earl's Fishing Adventures and part 2 of rod building, sort of. We're rebuilding the fly rod that I showed you in part 1, right? And off camera I took all the guides off. Okay, we've done that one on camera, we've done that one on camera, and then I've done the other ones off camera. And there we go. And as you can probably see, I'm not touching the tip eye. Okay, the tip eye is in good condition, so I'm not even going to bother touching it. All right. I'm going to flick you over to the other camera in a second. I'm going to show you the little setup that I've got on the table, and I'm going to show you the best I can, step by step, on how I whip my rods. I'm not saying this is the only way to do it, and there probably is an easier way to do it, but this is how I do it. This is how I feel comfortable doing it. So this is how I'm doing it, all right? So first of all, I'm going to flick over to the other camera and I'll show you my little setup area. It's coming from the spool up the ring, or whatever hook, ring, whatever you're using. And then what you want to do, you want to get the end of that on the side of the blank, of the side, this side of the rod here. So if I'm whipping this eye first, I want the tag end over this side and then tape it on to the blank. Then it just holds it on there. Doesn't need to be taped awesomely. Right, and then you turn your rod over to the edge of the tape. Let me zoom in a bit more so you can see. Okay, right, now hopefully you can see. Now you just turn the rod to the edge of the tape. You put the first whip, and then when you get to that point where when they meet, just overlap it a little bit, and then keep turning the rod like so. You do that so many times until you've got a good hod of the tag end with your whipping. So that's enough there. So hold tension. You can take this tape off now. Tape stick to your fingers. And then this tag end now can actually get cut off. Try and get it as close as you can. It doesn't work when you've got a blunt pair of scissors, does it? There we go. It's a bit messy, but tidy it up a wee bit by just pinching it up together, and that's it. And then you just do that on all the way through, pinching them all together so they all close up like that, and then just start whipping towards the foot of the eye. Right, and then when you get to this point here, when you just start whipping the foot on, you want to try and get it flat to the blank. Right, I'll tell you what we'll do is, we'll do a couple of whips roughly on, kind of tight as well, just so then it's held on. Alright, and then once it's held on, pinch it there, and then we'll move it down. See? And then it tidies up. Alright, just use your fingernail to do that. And then once you've got it all tidied up, like that, and then you start whipping the rest on. Alright, now once you've got it to this point, where you've done your whipping up, say 3 or 4, well 2 or 3 mil from the end, you want to turn it into the back of the eye. Really want to keep this line taut, but I really can't because I haven't got I can't keep it taut, so I've got to do it nice and gently. And then put the loop in. So let me whip it on and I'll explain in a second. Put a couple of whips on. Right, so now I can start talking about it. So what this loop does, let me go back around to the loop. Tight, there we go. Right, so what this loop, you need to put the loop facing this way, so then you can pull these two tag ends back through under the whipping and bring this tag end through with it, so then it keeps it nice and strong. So it's a knotless knot really. So I'll show you what that does now. Just put a few whips over that loop and over the rest of the foot. Tidy it up on you go, try and push it all up tight. Right, that's as tight as I'm going to get it and as close as I'm going to get it. So what you need to do now is, really you need to keep this line tight, but I can't, so I'm just going to hold it there for a sec. Cut it off. Now this is where that black loop comes in. I need to put the tag end through that loop by trying keeping it taut, trying keeping it tight. Okay, right, now hopefully this will go to plan. Pull these two tag ends through, and that pulls the tag end through underneath the whipping that you've just done. See? So it's pulling it out. Pull it all the way through, and now you can let go of it. Now it will not unravel. Now you just give it a little bit of a tidy up, a little bit of a pull, tidy up, and that's the first whipping done. Now the reason of a razor blade or something really sharp is to get as close as you can. Like so. And then if you get a little bit of fuzz, all you can do to get rid of that piece of fuzz and everything else, like this piece of fuzz here and this piece, get your lighter and lightly go over it, and that will destroy all them little bits of fuzz. And that is it. And then now what you can do is again get your ruler or lolly stick and just go around and clean them all up like so, and it's all done. That's the first whipping done. Now we're gonna go and prep up for this one. All you need to do for this one really is just take off this tape, because now it's held on by the other whipping. Now where the hell is the end of that tape? There it is. Just unravel that, and that's it there, lined up. Alright, now you need to do the same thing but the opposite way. Okay guys, so now we're going to whip this part of this other side of the foot on. So what we need to do, get a bit of masking tape and then tape your thread on that side of the butt section, tip section. Okay guys, so now we're going to whip this side. As you seen me earlier, I took the tape off. Now it's held on by the whipping that we've just done. Tidy it up a little bit, get it nice and straight. See, it is still very loose when you just do it like this, but as soon as you get this whipping on, it will tighten it all up. So you want to tighten. Sorry again, sorry about the noise in the background. Once you've taped on your tag end of the whipping that you're putting on onto this side of the blank, now you want to turn the rod again towards the tape. And you know what I forgot to do? I forgot to remove the gold paint. I found out this is actually like a paint that they put over. Yeah, that's gone. Back to normal. So now it was rotate the rod and then put the whipping towards the edge of that, and then again you go over and you overlap. You do that a few times, and then once that's done, you can remove the tape, and then you can cut that off if you can. Like so. Another little bit, there we go, and then you just start continuing on with your whipping. Yeah, when you get to this part, put the line, the thread over the top of the eye. Well, that's going to slide off, so we'll do one more whip, then we'll try it this time. Put it over the top, like so. Push it down if you can. There we are, nice and lined up. Push it down with your whipping, hold it down. Do a couple of whips over the top of it to keep it down. Now I can get it off. Now, like I say, do a few whips on it, just so then it's not going to unravel and pop off. And once you've got it to there, you can see the gap. All you need to do now is move them down gently with your nail, and there you go. Now it's getting held on. You can't just do it once over the foot and then move it along, because it will just pop off. That's why if you do a few turns, it will hold on. So now again, you just keep on whipping it on with some tension. Keep on tidying it up as you're going along, and then before you get to the end, you need that to put your loop in again. So tighten this up a bit. Okay, so now that I've got it tight, I'm gonna get that piece of black whipping, and then I'm gonna turn it over to the middle, and then you want to put the loop this time underneath, over the top, like so, and then whip that loop, if you can, over the top. There we go. And then whip that loop onto the eye a couple of turns until you get to the end of the guide and the end of the foot. Like so. And once you've got it there, once you've got as close as you can get, cut it off. If you can get a pair of scissors that work. Get the tag in, push it through that loop that you've just whipped over. Try and keep that whipping taut. Pull the black loop back through the whipping you just did. Pulls the tag in through, and there you go. And again, get your blade or whatever. You don't have to put it as close as you can. Like I say, if you're gonna cut it with the razor blade or any blade that you have, and then again just burn that fluff off. And there you go. That is now a finished guide. That is now finished, and as you can see, it looks smashing. I absolutely love that. So now all that needs to do is you take the tape off, and then you apply epoxy and the finish and stuff like that, and then it's ready to go. And then you stick it on the dryer, and then you're ready to go. So there, guys, you've just seen me finish putting that eye back onto the rod there. I hope that helps. I tried to get it as close as possible, tried to get it in as close detail as I possibly can. I'll do another eye, one further up on a different angle, but I'll do that in a different video because I've got a feeling this video is going to be quite long. I think part 2, just doing the one eye, is going to be long enough. So what I'll do is I'll do a part 3, but I'll do another eye instead. Okay, so this was in the part 2. Hope this one helped, and I'll see you on part 3.